And joining us in the studio now is Riggs Eckelberry. He is the CEO of OriginOil. OOIL is their stock symbol. Always good to see you, Riggs.
Thank you, Don.
You know, we had the opportunity earlier this week to participate in a telephone call, conference call with some people, and we were talking about your frack water technology, and I know that's something you're really excited about. Tell us again about that technology that you really kind of happened upon.
Well, Don, it's really driven by the industry. Some players in the industry getting very excited about our technology. We were just going along, okay, algae, we're pulling the algae out of the water, and then through the series of almost happenstance coincidences, we found ourselves pulling the petroleum out of the frack flowback water, and found that we could pull 98% of the organics out of the flow in one pass, real time. Very exciting.
Well, one thing that I took from that conference call was we had a Texas oil man on the phone, and he was telling us that at every meeting they go to now in the oil business, they're talking about the problem of cleaning up frack water. So, I mean, your technology has really come along at the right time.
Well, we have a boom. I was talking about this last week. We have a boom in America on energy. And it's taking, we're going to have energy independence by 2030, et cetera. But it's on a very fragile basis, which is A, it uses a lot of water, and B, there's environmental concerns. And so, the fracking industry has got to go into water reuse, and it's actually becoming a strategic priority because meanwhile, Alaska, they're about to shut down the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. And fracking's got to make up the deficit. Water reuse is a national strategic priority.
So what's the latest with the company since you and I last spoke?
Well, we're going on the road. The mobile lab, the Clean-Frac mobile lab, there's a couple pictures of it, one in our parking lot and one spied from my car in the street. And we're going to San Antonio, which is near the Eagle Ford Shale, most profitable formation in the world, and to show it off to the industry. And then Houston for some media demos, which should be a lot of fun.
So you're going to actually have the opportunity to demonstrate this technology to those people in the field, so to speak. You're going to be able to show them, here is this dirty frack water, goes through our process, comes out nice and clean. I mean, just like those carpet guys. I mean, but literally, you're going to be able to physically demonstrate to the oil industry, which is something you've not really had the opportunity to do yet, correct?
Well, now's the time. We're coming out of the lab. We've got a couple licensee deals. And we're now going to be able to very soon have, for example, a demo machine up in Bakersfield with one of our licensees, before in this half of the year. Now, let me say one thing that's really, really important. The industry right now is trucking off-site. That's costing them 11 cents a gallon.
Right.
Reuse is costing them 21 to 26 cents a gallon. Our process, combined with some other next-generation technologies, could take it down to 7 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Below trucking. At that point, who trucks anymore?
No, exactly. Now, another thing you mentioned during the conference call that I found very interesting is you want to see your technology embedded, such as you use as an example, Dolby.
Yes.
I mean, Dolby did not make a radio with Dolby in it. They had the technology that everybody who built the radio inserted the Dolby technology in. That's really what you're envisioning for this frack water technology, correct?
Exactly. If Dolby had made a radio, there would have been a Dolby radio, but nobody else would have had Dolby.
Right.
They would have been competing with it. And so the idea here is to be ubiquitous. We want to get our technology out there as fast as possible and let others install as a first step to get 98% of the contaminants out before the rest of the cleanup.
What I find most fascinating about this whole concept is you have a company that originally began as, biofuel feedstock, creating energy from something other than petroleum products. And now you're actually servicing the very industry that you're hoping to compete with. I mean, that's got to be pretty heady stuff as CEO of this company to see the growth and the direction that you're moving in.
Yes, and of course, petroleum being old algae, it all ties together. But it is energy. Whether it's new energy or old energy, we have a key play in both of them.
So now when you're heading to San Antonio and to Houston, and you're basically getting into oil country. I mean, have you outfitted yourself with some boots and a hat yet? I mean, are you going all Texas on us, or are you going to still remain a California guy?
I'll have to keep that classified. We're going to have a photo stream, and I recommend that your viewers go to OriginOil.com and subscribe to our newsletter because that's where you get the updates.
In 2013, is it safe to assume that this is going to occupy a significant amount of the company's attention? Are you still working on everything else that we've talked about over the last couple of years? I mean, what are we looking forward to from the company, going forward the rest of the year?
This is a very good point, because I had a problem with too much going on. We've now created 2 business units, headed by a P&L GM, each one of them responsible mini CEO, and they essentially compete for resources in the company. We got the guys in operations running around in circles trying to make them all happy. It's perfect.
Riggs Eckelberry, he is the CEO of OriginOil. Their stock symbol's OOIL, and every time we talk to you, this story just develops further, gets more exciting. Can't wait for the next update.
Thank you, Don.
Take care.